I would like to recommend the book by Steven Pinker, Enlightenment Now. Steven Pinker argues that the world is getting significantly better, and this improvement is not an accident or a stroke of luck. Instead, it is the direct result of the Enlightenment values of reason, science, and humanism. Pinker identifies 3 pillars that ended centuries of human stagnation. Reason is the application of logic and evidence to solve problems rather than relying on tradition, superstition, or authority. Science brings the systematic attempt to understand the world. Pinker notes that for most of history, humans were at the mercy of the 4 horsemen: pestilence, war, famine, and death. Science provided the tools, vaccines, fertilizers, technology, to fight them. Humanism forms the moral framework that prioritizes human flourishing, defined as life, health, happiness, and knowledge, over the glory of a tribe, race, or religion. For roughly 99% of human history, human condition metrics, wealth, health, and safety, remained flat. Pinker uses over 70 graphs to show that since the 18th century, these metrics have moved in a hockey stick curve upward. The most illustrative example is the explosion of global wealth. For centuries, the average person lived on the modern equivalent of about $3 a day. Starting around 1800, the Industrial Revolution, powered by Enlightenment science, caused an astonishing vertical spike in prosperity, by over 400% on average on entire word, and many magnitudes more in Western countries. Global life expectancy has risen from around 30 years in the 18th century to over 70 today. Deaths from famine have plummeted due to the Green Revolution and global trade. Contrary to news headlines, the per capita rate of death in war and homicide has trended downward for centuries, especially after 2 World War. Literacy, global literacy, has gone from around 10% to over 85% in the last 200 years. Pinker emphasizes that poverty is the default state of humanity. Without the continuous application of reason and science, the natural state of the universe is entropy, disorder. Before the Enlightenment, societies were governed by magical thinking and zero-sum tribalism. Because they didn't understand the causes of disease or the laws of economics, they experienced cyclical, Malthusian traps. Any increase in food led only to a population boom and subsequent famine. Institutional violence. Humanism was absent. Slavery, torture, and absolute autocracy were the global norms. Pinker warns that progress is not inevitable. He rejects teleological views that suggest history has a guaranteed destination of improvement. The fall of the Roman Empire and the subsequent Dark Ages are a sobering reminder. A sophisticated civilization can lose its grip on knowledge and order, leading to centuries of regression. Progress requires a continuous defense against counter-Enlightenment forces, tribalism and populism, prioritizing the group over the individual. Religious fundamentalism, placing dogma above empirical evidence. Fatalism, the belief that everything is going to hell anyway, which leads to political apathy or the desire to burn the system down. We should cherish Western values, not only reason, science and humanism, but also many others: free market economy and competition. Rule of law, check and balances controls, free speech. These values brought astonishing success to the West and make Western countries a dream place of living for less fortunate inhabitants of the rest of the world. Before Enlightenment brought these values into existence, we had stagnation in almost all metrics of human condition. Now in the West, we should unite and defend these values as alternative anti-freedom vision is promoted aggressively by alliance of autocracies of China, Russia, North Korea, Iran and Venezuela. There are also a lot anti-Enlightenment forces in the West itself. Let's read Enlightenment Now to understand how important is Upoming battle.